Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Florencia Roverano. I'm a channeler, which means I channel messages from spirit and from my divine masters and spirit teams, my spirit guides. So today I want to talk to you about something that my spirit team is constantly reminding me of, and that is the importance of trusting in ourselves and our power to create our own realities. So I want to talk to you today about why we are creators of our own reality, who we really are as humans in this incarnation, in this planet, and what potential, what wonderful potential we have within us, why we can transform and create realities, and why we haven't done so up until now. And I will give you some tips to start empowering yourselves and start remembering and creating your own realities. So I invite you to get comfortable, take a deep breath, and open yourself up to this new and divine information. So to start off, I would like to talk to you about who we really are as human beings. Up until now, we have always thought of humans as being these tiny creatures on this tiny planet in the cosmos, and many of us have always known that there is much more than the Earth. But that also made us feel as we were just tiny in comparison to the rest of the cosmos and some civilizations, right? Extraterrestrials that may have been more evolved than us. So, but actually, this is not entirely true because we are spiritual beings actually having an experience on the earth, on this incarnation, which is not the only incarnation we have had. Actually, we have had many incarnations if we are here on this earth in this exact moment in time. So, what does this mean that we are spiritual beings? Our soul, we have to understand that we are not this body that we know, that we have always understood to be the only thing that we are, this physical body. We are not just this, we are actually spirit. We are energy that has decided at some point to incarnate as a soul, incarnate in a human body, to have human earthly experiences in the physical reality, in the densest, in the lowest of physical reality, of matter. So, why have we decided to do this? Many of us already remember, actually, who or who we are or where we came from, right? We are spiritual beings coming from different dimensions and from different solar systems, such as Pleiades or Andromeda or Sirius, right? Like in my case, I come from Sirius. So we are spiritual beings having this experience on Earth. But why have we decided to do this if this is the maximum density of the matter? Why did we want to experience all these very dense energies on planet Earth? And there are several reasons for this. The first one is that we actually wanted to experiment all the emotions, every range of emotions in every level of our being in the greatest density, the greatest physical matter. And this is basically to have experiences in the flesh, something that we cannot actually do in higher vibrational dimensions, right? In higher vibrational dimensions, we don't actually have a body, a physical body, just like this one, that experiences everything deeply, profoundly. We have an endocrinous system in our body which regulates hormones, right, and emotions. So we actually feel those emotions in our own bodies, and this we cannot do in higher dimensions. We have lighter bodies and we experience things in different ways, but not in the flesh, as we may say. So we have decided to experience everything. Imagine that before we incarnated on this third dimension, this that we see is actually third dimension because we see in three perspectives or dimensions: height, width, and depth, right? Everything is like this on this plane. So this is third dimension. So imagine that before we incarnated, we were in our mother's wombs. We decided as souls, we were in the fourth dimension as souls, and we gathered around a group of beings called the 24, uh, I don't know how to say it in English, like the 24 arcanes, or let's say, yes, arcanes, right? And some other souls that were going to incarnate in the same time and space as we were. And we have all decided what we were going to experience and learn and transcend in that particular incarnation, in this one, for example, right? And the hierarchies of light, the light beings, uh, who somehow run this project of becoming one with the source, then they said, but are you sure you want to experience all possible emotions, from heartache to joy to delivering birth to diseases, illnesses, um, happiness, all kinds of emotions in only one incarnation? And we said, yes, of course, we want to do that, right? But are you sure you're going to be feeling miserable at times, feeling lost? You will not remember who you are. Yes, I'd like to do that. So one thing to remember, very important to remember, is that we actually volunteer to come to Earth, to incarnate on this plane. And that is to experience all these ranges of emotions, right? And so we decided to come here. But what happened is that when we incarnated, when the soul enters the human body and into a body, into a womb, a matrix, because we are actually born through matrices. This matrix is our mother's womb. So we incarnate there. And when we are born, we forget about everything because there is a frequency kind of curtain, which is called the veil of forgiveness, that prevents us from remembering everything. Because we were meant to experience duality. We were meant to evolve from the cavemen into what we are today and more. So we could not remember actually who we were, that we were stellar beings and that we already were multidimensional, right? We could not remember this because no one would have ever wanted to do this experience on Earth. So when this veil of forgiveness is activated, then we only remember 4% of our actual capacity of all the information we have within us. Only 4% of the left hemisphere is activated. So that's why we don't remember our previous incarnations. We don't remember where we came from. We don't remember all this information or all this cosmic information, galactic information. But some of us are starting to remember because in this time period, in this time and space, we are actually changing the vibration of the earth and changing our vibration to quantum jump into a fifth dimensional reality. Okay, so one of the reasons then why we incarnated is to experience these emotions. The second one is precisely to learn, to evolve from the darkest energies, from the darkest experiences to the light. Incarnation after incarnation, we had lots of experiences and we were learning from that. We were learning and trying to remember in the process how to be more and more light, to go back to the light. So that is why we wanted to experience all this very quickly in just one incarnation or in several incarnations, but that's nothing for the spirit. We wanted to actually evolve. And number three, help the earth evolve. Because the earth is not just a dead planet. Actually, the earth is a planet which is alive. It has a consciousness, and that consciousness is called Gaia. It's a feminine consciousness, a female. It's not actually female, but it has the energy of the feminine. And that is why on the earth, everything, actually, if you plant a seed, then it will grow, right? On its own, because the consciousness of the planet is feminine, is a kind of womb, a matrix, right? In other planets, this is not so. So this is not only then to learn and evolve our own souls, but we came here also to help the planet evolve. Because actually the Earth is evolving, quantum jumping into fifth dimension, and we as herself, we are evolving as well and jumping ourselves. And the third reason is, or the fourth, I don't remember which one it is now, but another reason is to remember who we are in essence, who we are, who we truly are. Not our identity created on earth, but who we truly are, light beings, spirit, connected to the unconditional love frequency. So uh, through the through the expansion of our consciousness, we can choose light and remember that we are creators of realities. Why do I say that we are creators of reality? Because we were created by light beings as well. This human body is a machine created, of course it's alive, but it was biologically, physically, and it was created as a perfect machine. And we have all the information in ourselves that we need. Actually, we have codified information within ourselves, within our DNA fibers, information, data packages, if you will, that contains all the information of the cosmos, not only this universe, but the multi-universes, the omni-universes, where this project originally came from. So there are actually 144,000 dimensions. And we have all the information in our DNA fibers of those 144,000 different realities of the Havona universe that you may call. So we are actually created with this codified information into codes of light, and those are inside our DNA fibers in what is called our Cadisto codification or code, and that is usually associated with the Kundalini awakenings, right? So we were created by a higher intelligence, right? We may not call it God or goddesses because that tends to be associated with religion, but it is a wonderful and unconditional light being which has actually created us, this project, or designed this project. Actually, we were created by different teams of light beings that worked together, right? And the other reason then is to, as I said, help the earth achieve this evolution. We are helping here the planet earth and the human race. We are beings that came from different realities to help humanity remember what they need to remember in order to quantum jump into fifth dimension. And that's why two main groups of light beings are here on Earth at this moment. And those are called the stellar, the light, the star beings, right? The, yes, the light beings or star seeds. Thank you. So there are two main groups that are here for this reason, and those are the star seeds and the 144,000 light workers. So there are many light workers, but there are two main groups where they come in. And these are the beings that are going to help the human race evolve and connect with fifth dimension, because we actually need to go through a process of changing all our bodies, physical, spiritual. We have lots of bodies, energetic, mental, and lots of things are going to happen into our bodies, right? Like we are going to start a Kundalini awakening. We're going to change and unite our own our hemispheres, our brain hemispheres. Lots of things are going to happen. We will have to change, or we will be changing gradually our way of eating, right? Because we need food that is more alkaline, that is less acid, in order to imprint those light codes that are coming from the sun into our being, right? Well, this is very long. I will be talking about each of these steps in other videos, but basically, we are going to be experiencing lots of transformation, and that is why these two groups of people, of souls, are helping us in the process. So now you may think, if we are such spiritual beings with such a high purpose, then why are we creating this reality of lack and of pain, of suffering? So the main reason, there are two reasons, but the main reason is that we don't remember that we are powerful. We don't remember that we have this power within us, that we have all this information encoded in ourselves in order to actually regain our power, right? The second reason, we don't trust our power because we don't know it's there. And we have always been led to believe by different groups like religious groups and politicians, we have been led to believe that we are very weak and that we need guidance from external sources, right? From a politician, from a president, from a king, from different people. So we have always obeyed someone from the outside because we didn't remember that the power comes from within. So how can we transform then our reality? What can we do to regain our power? So basically, number one, getting to know this information, connecting with this information. Maybe you don't listen to me, you listen to somebody else. It's the same. You're going to find the person whose frequency you resonate with, and that's perfect. So you don't have to listen to me, listen to yourself and remember this information, right? When you start getting to know this information, you start remembering. That is why one human being, which is actually one of my main spirit guides, is a Kumara, Sananda, in his actually eighth incarnation on this planet, was called Jesus, right? So it's the same being, the same soul. So he's one of my main guides. And when he was incarnated on earth as Jesus, he said, knowledge will set you free, or something like that. I'm translating, right? But knowledge will make you free, will set you free. Because what he meant was knowledge actually makes you remember, activates different fibers in your being, different, they activate different parts of your DNA, which start releasing this information within you. So you start remembering. And the other main thing to do to transform your reality, to start regaining your power back, is to get out of the matrix. What do I mean by matrix? These systems of manipulation, religion, politics, economy, everything that is external to you, that has more power over you. So it is important to start questioning our reality. Is this really like this? Do I feel? This is very important, to start feeling, discerning for yourself what resonates with your frequency and what does not. Whenever I hear something on television or the news, well, I pause for a minute and I can put my own hands on my heart and ask myself, do I truly resonate with this information? Do I truly believe this to be true? So this is how to get out from the manipulation. And also, we are very used as to becoming or feeling like victims to the system, to our own reality. We are used to doing this as human beings. So we resort to victimhood, right? We think that everything that happens to me, all the situations, all the people in my life, everything is created by chance or externally to me. And actually, all this reality that we see is actually a reflection, a holographic reflection of what is resonating within me. Is actually the frequency that I am emanating outside. So even the most painful things like a disease or a heartache, we are creating that. But up until now, we were creating all this reality through our unconscious mind, through our beliefs, unconscious beliefs. But if we understand now the information, if I understand that I am creating a certain reality, and if I don't like that reality, then I also know that I have the power to uncreate it, right? To create something different. So I cannot be feeling this victimhood anymore because I am the creator of my own reality. So I can start thinking of all the situations, all the people in my life as teachers. They are actually teaching me something that I need to learn, that I need to integrate in me. So instead of seeing something as bad or good, I can start seeing everything as what they really are, opportunities to learn and to evolve. Um, and of course, a key here, and that is what I want to talk to you about, is how to start trusting yourself. It's very important to reconnect with your inner wisdom. We all had many, many, many incarnations. If you are watching this video, you are one of these main two groups, either a 144,000 warrior of the light or a star seed. So you have had many incarnations, not only on this planet, but on different planets in our solar system and in other universes. So it's important to remember all that wisdom and to start activating it by listening to your intuition, listening to that voice of your soul, that is speaking to you. Sometimes you know something, you feel something, you cannot explain it logically, rationally, which is um, the divine masculine, but you can feel it and you know it to be true, even if you cannot explain it. And that's the divine feminine, that it's intuition. That is your inner wisdom, your inner teacher. So one of the main things is to start connecting with that inner teacher, with that inner wisdom, to start listening to your voice soul. And one of the ways we can do this is by, well, there are many different tools and techniques to actually start knowing yourselves, right? Going into yourself and getting to know you, the real you, the essence, self-knowledge, right? And one of the ways you can start trusting yourself more is to start rewiring your brain, right? Because your brain has had these limiting beliefs that have created your own reality, right? These beliefs create thoughts, and those thoughts create emotions, and those emotions run your life unconsciously. So to start making it conscious, we're going to consciously choose those to change those beliefs, to rewire our brain to new beliefs, empowering beliefs, not limiting. So you can say affirmations every day. You can say affirmations that actually, by repeating them daily, they can rewire your brain. They can turn new um, synapses in your brain and new connections. You rewire. So affirmations can be, for example, I am capable of transforming my own reality. I trust my inner wisdom. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. And you can say them as many times as you want every day. You can actually create your own affirmations, those you want to start remembering and trusting, and this will change and transform your reality. Absolutely. From in a very short period of time. So what happens when the change happens within you? Well, this is actually um, forever, right? If the change comes inwards, from inwards to your outer reality, then it lasts. It really does. And it transforms your entire external reality. And something wonderful that happens in the process is that when you change, everybody changes. You will see that if you start changing your attitudes, your thoughts, your beliefs, and you start trusting ourselves, all your external reality will also change. Even if they are not doing anything, right? You are, because you are the creator of that holographic reality. So you will see that you are suddenly having a better relationship with your partner, a better relationship with your son, with your children, with your father and mother. You start living a lighter life, a fuller life, a happier life. You transform your reality and their realities, because they are creations that come from you. So, well, we have talked about lots of things in this video, so I hope this makes sense. I hope you resonate with this, and I hope you leave it in the comments. You leave me in the comments how you change, how you transformed your reality. If you applied any of these things, if this resonated with you, you started doing the affirmations, for example, how they changed your reality. I would love to read your comments. And if you resonated with the information, please give it a like. Please share it with someone who might benefit from it. And this helps us all grow and expand our awareness. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your wonderful life on this planet. And I'll see you next time.